3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Good evening and welcome to what we affectionately call the Cougar Den here in Mason City. It was nicknamed that by the late great Hall of Fame coach John Giesler, a dear friend of mine. I coached with him for a number of years. So welcome this evening. Our broadcast in Mason City sees us welcome in the Lady Trojans of Maroa-Forsyth. Took a long bus ride to get over here. I was talking to Coach Fink for a couple minutes before the game and mentioned how it's rough on a Tuesday night when I was the varsity boys coach. At least it was a Friday night game, so you didn't have to get up and go to school the next day. But I'm sure the Lady Trojans are ready to go. I know the Lady Cougars are ready to go. We're excited to bring this game to you this evening. The Lady Trojans come into the game 4-1 in their last 5 games. They dropped a game to Clinton during that period of time. But looking at Clinton's record, they're 20-5, which is right where Maroa-Forsyth is. They're 19-3 on this season. So they're coming off of a big win over Williamsville. And Illini Central, they're coming into the game this evening with a record of 11-12. They've been 3-2 in their last 5 games. They dropped their last game earlier this week on the road at Auburn, speaking of long bus rides. So this should be a good game. We know we know how good Maroa is. I was a JV coach last year, and they had a good team last year. They won a regional last year. So this is going to be a competitive game for us. What we're looking at right now is we probably, our keys to have a chance to win this evening's game would be, we got to take care of the basketball first. That's something we absolutely are going to have to do. We know they put pressure. They like to play with pace. We want to rebound the basketball so we can push it, not maybe necessarily fast break. We don't want to fast break and get into a running game with this team, but we definitely want to take advantage of going full court when we can and looking to get into our shots. And then the last key for us is anyone who's watched us play, we shoot a lot of three-pointers, mainly because we're not very tall. We have a few girls that have a little bit of height, but we really look to shoot the three. And as you know, if you followed us at all, we are led in the scoring column normally a lot of times by Megan Hughes, who's a junior who already owns the single-season three-point record. She owns the career three-point record at Illini Central. So, and Elena Snyder is a sophomore who's been shooting the ball really well lately, so we need her to keep shooting the ball well from distance for us to be in this game against, as I said, a 19-3 team who's one of the top teams in the Sangamo Conference. So as we get ready to start, or get ready to get the tip going, I'll cut out for just a second. We'll be back for the national anthem, and then I look forward to, I didn't even mention, I got my name on the screen. I'm Coach Tony Worley. I do about everything here at Illini Central. So looking forward to bringing this broadcast to you this evening of a high school boys basketball game as the season actually starts to wind down as I was looking at the schedule. So we're going to cut out for 1 second. We'll be right back. Well, I'm back. I'll say we a bunch of times, but I'm up here by myself this evening. Looking forward to this game. We'll get ready for the national anthem here, and then we'll get to the starting lineups. Good to have you with me this evening. And we're going to make a, I think we're going to make a quick announcement that we're going to have a couple girls.
Girls basketball team would like to wish Lily Williams and Greta Bittner good luck at their Special Olympics competition this Sunday in Jacksonville.
So one of my players this year, Greta Bittner, and one of my players last year, Lily Williams, they're going to compete in the Special Olympics this weekend. Looking forward to seeing how the girls do. So wishing them well. Let's meet the starting lineups for the Lady Trojans. Number 5 is Elena Park. Number 10 is Avery Braden. Number 11 is Maggie Ravenscraft. Number 24 is Callie Kaler. And number 25 is Danny Hovey. I always say when I do these broadcasts, please bear with me as I try to pronounce names right. I asked Coach Fink to make sure she told me what I needed to pronounce and how I needed to say things correctly, so we'll definitely try to do the best I possibly can on that. So starting for the Lady Cougars tonight, senior Taylor Kine at point guard, number 22 Megan Hughes is a junior at a shooting guard, and then we got 3 forwards, Addie Wilcoxon, Olivia Morrow, and Elena Snyder. They are 11, 30, and 10 respectively. So looking forward to bringing this game to you. Gonna make a quick check and make sure you can hear me, and then I'll be ready to go. Okay, so checking on my phone real quick. That's the worst part about doing it the way we do it, is I never can hear whether you can hear me or not. The other night at the boys' game, I had 2 of the 3 microphones muted. So I don't know, maybe it'd be better if you couldn't hear me, but looking forward to bringing this one to you. I think I've probably said that 4 times now. The Lady Cougars are taking their time taking the court, and we will be up and going here in just a second. Addie Wilcoxon jumps against number 10. That's Avery Braden. Already pressed the wrong button on the camera. When I say I'm doing everything up here, I'm legitimately doing everything. I'm doing the play-by-play, running all the graphics. Steal by Olivia Morrow. Gets it to Taylor Kine. Taylor Kine goes the other direction. The Lady Trojans start in a man-to-man. That's a long pass to throw. Got to be careful with that. Taylor Kine dribbles back into the middle, gets it, fumbles it away. It goes the other direction. I've got something wrong with my 1 button. Get get that fixed real quick here, hopefully. To the corner, number 5 shot fakes. Number 5 is Elena Park. Like I usually say in broadcast too, you have to give me a second to get names and numbers. Number 10 drives, she kicks it back out to 5, that's Park, back up top. Over to number 24, which is Callie Kaler. It's long, looks like it's tipped out of her, off of her. Addie Wilcoxon putting up a fight there for the rebound, caused it to go out of bounds. Full court press by the Lady Trojans. Looks like a 1-2-2, probably a 1-2-2, then fall back into man. And they don't actually. It looks like they stayed a little bit in that 1-2-2. I'm going to go the other direction. Well, I got the camera thing fixed. That's good. To the right side, that is, again, Kaler. Number 5, Park. Across to 11, that's Maggie Ravenscraft. Nice dump down there. The Lady Trojans being patient. Steal by Taylor Kine. She knocks it away. Addie Wilcoxon ends up with it. Addie's going to give it to Taylor, but there's somebody right behind her. Got to be careful with that. That's good defense hanging around like that. Taylor Kine's going to, we kind of run a little bit of a dribble weave. But Elena Snyder decided to back cut, which wasn't bad. The pass just hit her in the knees, and she wasn't able to collect it. Number 5, Park with it. Gives it over to number 11. Number 11, Maggie Ravenscraft. Hits a 3. I assume by Coach Bunner's reaction, he had talked specifically about not letting her get that shot there. And then Elena, she baseline corner, that's a shot and a miss. Megan Hughes tries to box out. Number 11 gets it inside to 24. Kaler, number 10 drives, lefty shot in the lane from Avery Braden. Taylor Kine bringing it up. I think Coach Bunner was upset with Elena Snyder because not taking very good care of the basketball. He won't be happy with that turnover either, and they run out on this. It's a long pass, almost too long. Illini Central going to take a timeout. Coach Bunner's going to use a 30. You know, when you're a coach and if you're a fan watching the game and you're wondering, gosh, why is he so mad so quick? Well, one thing about being a coach is you just talked about a lot of these things in the locker room. He is a coach, has watched film. He's watched his team play. He's done his job, let you know what to expect coming out, and then you don't execute. That's frustrating. It's frustrating. You know, I think of it this way too. Think of it as a parent. You go on and on about what you need to do and how you need to do it, and then don't end up doing whatever that thing is. It's frustrating, and that's part of what happened here. Not off to a good start are the Lady Cougars. Turn the ball over probably as many times as they've scored points. So they've got 5 points. We probably have 5 turnovers already. One thing about a broadcast too, I love these kids. So if I sound negative, I'm not. I just have high expectations for them. Coached every one of the girls on the court for Illini Central. So far not off to a very good start. Number 24 cut right down the middle, Callie Kaler. Number 10, nice little jump shot, nice soft touch. That's Avery Braden, and it rolls in. A little shook right now. And the thing that's a little bit frustrating about it is the pressure's not, I mean, they've got good pressure, but some of it is just us. Shot by Taylor Kine off, rebound down to number 5, Park. They get it a ball ahead to number 10. That's Avery Braden, and she hits a jump shot. There's a reason why this team's 19-3, don't get me wrong, clearly. Athletic, quick. And right now, this is really tough. It's just things are kind of a little bit out of control, a little bit stressed, and every pass is late. We're not meeting passes. We're worried about making the next mistake instead of worrying about making the next good play. And right now, Maroa, they're clearly not. They're rolling in how they're playing. Ball's up top to number 10, Braden. 24 takes a one dribble, swing it over to 11. 11 is Maggie Ravenscraft, and she hits a baseline jump shot. Head to Megan Hughes. We've played 5 minutes already almost, and we've taken 2 shots. That's not a good recipe for success against a really good team. Ravenscraft, you can hear Coach Bradshaw, the JV coach, trying to be positive. Sometimes that's what a lot of times that's what your JV coach has to do, because your varsity coach is pretty much frustrated right now. I've been there. Kick out to Ravenscraft. She gets it underneath to number 10, Braden. She goes up and in. And it's 13-0 in favor of. There's a good way to break the press. That's going to get us a good shot. Nice pass by Addie Wilcoxon, but it's off. Addie tries to fight for the rebound and gets it. That'll be our basketball. Addie did a good job breaking the pressure there. We got 2 subs coming in. Adeline Simmons comes in, and number 1 is Peyton Peters. Lena Snyder gets the inbound. Taylor Kine shoots the 3. It rattles out. Nothing worse than one of those when you really can't buy a basket. 24, that's Kaler with the ball up top. She goes to Peters on the left. Back to Kaler. There's a good trap right there. Peters with it up top. Number 5 is Park. She gets into the lane and gets an opportunity for a couple of free throws. One thing you can't do down 14-0, this is going to sound crazy if you're listening at home if you don't, and if you know me, you're not going to think anything of it. If you don't know me, you can't scoreboard watch and worry about what the score is right now. You just got to get a basket. You're working right now to get a good shot and get a basket. Megan Hughes for 3, and that is good. And that gets us on the board. Nice trap right there by the Lady Cougars. There's another opportunity at a steal. Actually, we got the steal out of it. Sorry about the camera. It's difficult sometimes to kind of hit the right button to make it get where you want it to be. And that kind of end-to-end stuff sometimes makes it difficult. Taylor Kine being guarded closely by Braden. Olivia Morrow with the ball. Nice drive and kick by Addie Wilcoxon. It's long. We're going to go the other direction. Not sure I don't know what's going on. I literally do not know what Coach Fink is upset with. Just got warned by the official. I did not see anything that would, the game's 15-3, and they are thoroughly dominating us right now. There's been hardly any calls. We're under 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. I don't know what happened. Number 10, Braden with the ball. She crosses over. Back up top to Kaler. That's to number 5 is Park. Peters shot fakes, doesn't take it. Back up top to Kaler. Drives, dishes to Braden, gets in the lane, goes up, misses, rebound down to Taylor Kine. Megan Hughes goes the other direction. So Kaler comes out. Ravenscraft goes back in. "15 seconds to go. Olivia Morrow with the 3. It's off. Peters gets it, hits it ahead to Braden. Elena Snyder does a good job of cutting her off, but Braden pulls for 3, and it goes in. And just like that, we'll end the first quarter with the Lady Cougars trailing 18-3. So at the end of the second quarter, or I'm sorry, the first quarter, not a lot to say. The last time we broadcast the game, the boys had a rough night. Tonight, it's happening to the girls. Now, Coach Bunner, after being mad early, seems to have, he's now back to teaching, coaching, and it's hard to do. You're upset at the beginning, and then because you've talked about what you need to do and how you need to do it, you haven't come out and necessarily executed the way you want to execute. So we'll see if Illini Central could get their legs underneath them. Because I said it at one point when we hadn't scored yet. You get to watching that scoreboard and start thinking, are we ever going to score? Are we ever going to, is anything going to go right? And, you finally get a shot, and it rattles in and out, and you've got to find a way to play through that frustration of things not going your way and kind of just chip away. You need to get a stop right here and give yourself an opportunity to go down and run good offense. It's when you're down in this situation, or even when you're up, you're just trying to make sure that you get a good possession each trip down on both offense and defense. Illini Central stays with their starters. Peters stays in. She's got Braden with her. She's got 4, which is Adeline Simmons with her as well. Nice dump down to her, and she finishes. Braden's a nice little player. She's made good passes so far, hit a runner, hit a 3. Megan Hughes again. Megan, it's off. Rebound down to Simmons. She throws it ahead to Braden. Braden tipped by Elena Snyder. Nice throw ahead by Taylor Kine to Megan Hughes. She misses the layup. Rebound down to Simmons. Simmons gives it to Braden, who goes the other direction. She's got Ravenscraft on her left. Sorry. And it's long. Megan comes down with it. She's going to dribble it out of there. Clear pressure. And Taylor Kine going to bring it into the front court. Olivia Morrow for 3. That is good. Illini Central gets their second basket. One of my keys to the game was, staying hot from 3. We haven't got a lot of them. Addie Wilcoxon tries to dump it down to Elena. Elena gets it up. Addie's going to get the rebound, and she'll have an opportunity. I don't know if he's going to call it on the floor. No, he's going to call a 2-shot foul, which I think that it was. I mentioned on a lot of these broadcasts, Addie Wilcoxon, good free throw shooter. She was when she played for me back in middle school. She's continued that as she's gone to high school. Number 25 checks back in. That's Danny Hovey. I'm going to say Hovey. I coached 2 Hoveys. I hope that's what it is. Misses the second one. Hovey gets the rebound, gives it up to Kaler, who's going to bring it up the right side of the court. So if it's not Hovey, I'm sorry. Nice pass from the top left or top right by Maggie Ravenscraft, but it's just long over the person she was throwing it to's hands. Addie Wilcoxon, that's going to be a foul, and that is a foul on number 11, Ravenscraft. I don't know if Addie realizes that he wants her to take it out all the way down here. He was pointing, and Addie was staying where she was. Give it to Taylor Kine. Nice, trying to get into their offense. Olivia Morrow with it. Addie Wilcoxon turns the corner, kicks out to Meg Hughes. Megan Hughes for 3, and it's good. Illini Central now with a little bit of momentum in terms of seen some shots go in. That one's off. Rebound down. I mentioned earlier about our size. Taylor Kine does a good job of tracking it down, but she knocks it out of bounds. We really struggle to rebound sometimes with not having a whole lot of height in there. But then again, if I was from Maroa, I'd say, well, it's not like we have a bunch of, it's not like we're Pleasant Plains and we have the Weber girl and a couple other people who are really tall. They aren't, it's not like they're towering over us. So rebounding now is definitely a want-to type thing. So Peters, I think, is taking, yeah, she's taking it out. She will get it over, oh, nice, we didn't, that was Kaler. She kicks it. Megan Hughes tracks it down. Number 3 is checked in. That's Relinda Balazzi. I made sure I asked to pronounce that. I hope that's right. Addie Wilcoxon kicks to Taylor Kine. Taylor Kine short on the jump shot. Hovey the rebound to Peters. Peyton Peters brings it up. She's gonna go to Kaler on the left. Kaler waits for Peters to clear on through the left side. Balazzi drives, gives it to Peters. You're going to call an illegal screen right there on Kaler, I think. It's one of those where it wasn't really an actual screen, just kind of used her hands, didn't not to hold, but screened off, so to speak, on an opportunity for a layup. Lena Snyder with it on the left. Gives it to Addie Wilcoxon. Addie into the lane, and she goes up. They're going to call it out on her. Nice steal, oh, almost steal. Peters with it. Oh, gonna drop. Kaler was wide open. I thought she saw her. We're behind everybody, tipped it out. Call a travel. It's funny, fans think that they don't know how that Peters didn't see Kaler down there. I have a really good angle because I'm on the top row, so it's like, you know, like, oh, she's open. And well, she doesn't see her because she's standing there with someone in her face. It always drives me nuts as a coach when fans in the crowd or parents or whoever yell, why didn't she throw it to that person? Well, because she's standing on the court and there's 2 people, 3 people in her view. Like I said, I'm on the top row of the bleachers right now, and I can obviously see clearly, but something that she can't see. Kaler gets the rebound. She's going to take it herself, gets into the lane, goes up, gets it blocked. Addie Wilcoxon has it. She's going to rip it out of there, throw it back to Kine. Taylor pushes it into the front court. She gets in the lane, kicks out to Olivia Morrow. Morrow again for 3. It's long. Rebound down to number 4. That is Adeline Simmons. Hovey brings it up. Corner to Balazzi. She throws it. Elena going to track that down, give it to Kine. Kine is going to bring it up. Cross half court to Addie Wilcoxon. Addie, I've said it on multiple broadcasts, she likes to go to her left. She gets in, she goes up, she misses. Rebound comes down. Balazzi gets called for a travel. I couldn't see the ref. Couldn't see the ref that called it. He's the one up by half court. Morrow drives, kicks to Meg Hughes. Meg Hughes for 3. It's long. Elena Snyder tries to get a rebound, but number 5 brings down the rebound. That's Park. Park gets it to Kaler. Kaler bringing it up across the half-court line. She's going to swing it over to Balazzi. Almost loses it, tracks it down. Megan Hughes on her. Hovey flashes, kicks out to Kaler. She shoots a 3, misses. They kick it out to Balazzi. That's Park again. She's going to pull for 3 and hit it. And Illini Central had kind of held on a little bit, kept the score closer. It's 23-10 now. Kick to Meg Hughes. Meg for 3. It's rims out. Elena Snyder tries to go get it. She gets called for a foul there. Rebound down to Balazzi. Coach Fink applauds that. We've got subs coming back in. Balazzi will go out. Peters will come in. Ravenscraft will come in, and Simmons will come out. With 2:44 to go in the first half, Illini Central trails by 13. They were down 13-0 to start. Oop, that looked like she lost control of it. But Ravenscraft, who Coach Bunner was furious with earlier that she's a shooter. It's a nice high post shot for Hovey. I was saying that Ravenscraft hit a 3 early that he had clearly talked about not wanting to allow that to happen. Illini Central does a better job there with the 1-2-2. Olivia Morrow shoots, misses. One of my keys to the game was staying hot from 3, and that has not happened, as you can tell, with us only having 10 points. We're getting okay looks. We just haven't been able to knock them down. Hopefully that'll happen. Peters the ball up top, gets it to Kaler. Kaler over a drive attempt by number 5, Park. It goes all the way back across half court, and that will be over and back. Nobody from Illini Central touched it. The scoring on we have the stats board tonight, which is nice, makes it easier to keep track of some stuff. Maroa, you know why they're good. It's spread out. There's not one person scoring all the points. It's coming from a lot of different people. Lena Snyder in the lane, kicks out to Addie Wilcoxon. 15-foot jump shot is good. That is her shot. Well, did a good job of drawing the defense and getting it to where we needed to get it to. That is Kaler penetrating the lane, gets it out to Ravenscraft. I don't know if she got fouled or not, but it's just short. I don't know what we're going to call. We're going to call it on Illini Central. And call it on Olivia Morrow. That's her first. Macy Willis will check in for Taylor Kine. With 1 minute and 25 seconds to go in the first half. Peters drives, kicks out to Hovey. Hovey gets 2 dribbles to Kaler. Shot from Park, number 5, is off. Elena Snyder gets the rebound. She gets it to Addie Wilcoxon, who will run the point now with Taylor Kine out. Good. Megan Hughes going to try to get into the lane. Addie Wilcoxon, she will get in the lane. Kick out to Elena Snyder for 3. That's off. Rebound down to Megan Hughes. I'm going to call that a jump, and it will be Illini Central basketball. Coach Fink did not agree with the call, and I would tend to possibly agree with her as well. Up to Addie Wilcoxon, trying to let the coaches from Maroa trying to let them know Meg was going to the corner. They get it, they execute what the coaches were telling them, and they get it covered. Nice pass to Megan Hughes, and it is good. Steal by Macy Willis with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Meg Hughes again. She takes, I would have pulled that, Meg. All-time leading three-point shooter. Single season three-point shooter. It's good defense, but gets it to Addie's left. Back out to Meg. Meg for 3 again. Rims out. Macy goes for it. Kaler gets the rebound. Throws it ahead to Hovey. Nice catch. That was a tough pass to catch. 10 seconds to go in the first half. A 10-point game. Ravenscraft, you got to stay out with her. Olivia does a good job to get out. We foul. And number 24, Kaler, is going to go to the free throw line. So a 0.3 of a second. The thing you can't be frustrated with, the girls were trying to play hard and finish the half. It just ended up fouling there. Kaler misses the free throw. Illini still got to make sure they get the rebound, even though even the tip's not going to. And the second free throw is no good. It rattles out. Addie grabs the rebound. And unfortunately, the thing about Addie's foul is that'll be her second, so she'll go into the second half with 2 fouls. So we get to halftime, and Illini Central, after a very slow start, finishes the half on a little bit of a run, and they actually win the second quarter. Barely, but they win the second quarter, and we'll take it. So it's 25-15 in favor of Maroa-Forsyth as we go to the half. Leading scorers for Illini Central, Meg has 9. It looks like, with the stat board, you never know because you can't see everybody. You can only see like what is going on with the people who are in the game. So currently number 11, Maggie Ravenscraft, has 5 on the board. I would assume that's fairly close to their leading score for the first half. So as we come to halftime, I am going to cut out here, and I'll be back in a few minutes. If you're an Illini Central fan, you're home. I posted the link to the middle school girls softball. What am I talking about? Maybe the weather's been a little nicer lately. Maybe I'm wishful thinking. The volleyball over in the Cougar Center is being played on that link that I put. You could switch back and forth between the two. Glad you're with me tonight. I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes. Well, back to start the second half. About a minute and 35 seconds to go until halftime is over. Well, back to my keys to the game. Number one, right off the bat, we didn't do a good job of taking care of the basketball. The rebounding hasn't really been a thing that has hurt us. And staying hot from downtown, we've made some threes, but we haven't really shot the ball the way we've been shooting it lately. But the important stuff comes after the but. You're obviously playing a team that's really good. So it's going to be hard to continue to shoot maybe the way you've been shooting when you're playing against somebody who plays defense the way Maroa-Forsyth plays defense. So 10 points at the half, being down by 10 at the half, being down at the half by 10. I mean, you still got a chance if you make a run. Coach Bunner jokingly not happy with those bowling pin water bottles the girls have now. I can attest to that. I cannot stand those metal bowling pin water bottles they have. Those Stanley things, when one of them falls over, sounds like it's been dropped from the ceiling. Well, not a good start for Maroa-Forsyth anyway. The ball bounced out of bounds, but now we've got to make sure that we capitalize. Nice defensive attempt to come from behind and steal it. I like that strategy. Megan Hughes gets it over to Olivia Morrow. That's Taylor Kine now. They're in a 1-2-2 now. They are not in man. They're looking to trap. We got to not pick our dribble up. We picked our dribble up too high. We didn't have anybody in the middle. Elena gets back. That was probably Addie's third foul. We need to calm down right now. Now they're back to man. Olivia Morrow for three. That's long. We just cannot buy one tonight when we need it. Ravenscraft into Park, who goes up, misses. Rebound down to Snyder. To Taylor Kine. Taylor Kine's going to go the other direction. My camera button didn't work. Morrow into Wilcoxon. Addie goes up strong and finishes it. And Illini Central gets on the board first in the second half. Ooh, we're late getting there. That's going to be a drive by Braden. Misses. Rebound down to her teammate Park. That's Ravenscraft who misses. Another rebound, this one by Braden, who goes up and gets fouled. She will go to the free throw line. Now, there's the second point that I made about rebounding, and that hurt us right there. That trip, we did not get the rebound, and that gave them 2 extra opportunities. That's 3 on Addie Wilcoxon. Coach Bunner has to be careful with Addie because she's a ball handler. Without her in there, we need her not to foul out, so she's got to sit for a minute. Liv with 3 is not as big a deal because the taller people, because we have Morgan Dieters off the bench and Macy Willis off the bench. Elena Snyder cannot make up your mind what you're going to do with the ball. You cannot make up your mind. You got to fake a pass to make a pass. Cannot make up your mind where you're going to go against that 1-2-2. You got to look up. Taylor needs to stay behind. She's getting a little bit too far up. Olivia Morrow for 3 again, and it's off. Megan Hughes does a good job of tracking it down. Elena does a good job of getting her hand on it. Not shooting the ball well enough to stay in a game like this against a team with 19 wins. That's the tough part, especially that plays that 1-2-2 full court like they do. But I said it in the first half when we were down by a bunch, it's stop and a rebound. Get a stop, get a rebound. Park drives by Morrow, gets in the lane, misses. Rebound to Hovey. She's going to get a chance to shoot 2 because we're not getting to our spots. A little bit tired maybe. You wouldn't think we would be. We're just coming out at halftime. But that being said, there's two things about not being where you're supposed to be. Either you're tired or you're just not doing it. There's no in between. There's no in between. If you're not rotating to your spot, you're either tired
or you're just choosing not to do it. You've got to get there. Again, if you've not listened to many of our broadcasts, if I sound negative, not negative, just coaching. Kaler drives and scores. Coach Fink's going to call a 30-second timeout, and I will take it with her. That promo made by one of my students, and Mr. Bunner's students, Parker Umbach. We teach a class, well, called The Class, where we do a bunch of media tech. Gosh darn it. Liv's going to make that one. Nope, it rattles out. Anyway, Parker did a good job on that. We've got some others that are made by students that we'll be sharing with you during the rest of the broadcast. So, Maroa-Forsyth up 31-17. Made a little run right off the bat here to start the second half. To Braden, the lefty pulls, misses. Macy Willis had position but doesn't get it. But nice save by Braden. We're going to call a jump ball there. Braden hustles to save it. Macy Willis had position, just got a rebound. Into Elena Snyder. Back over to Taylor Kine, but I don't like how far Taylor's getting up. I don't know if he wants her up that far. I feel like she should be staying a little bit further behind Elena. But again, one thing about coaching is everybody wants something different. So I don't know. It seems like the angle that Elena has to throw it back to Taylor isn't the easiest angle. Hovey with it, dumps it down, or gives it to Kaler. Kaler dumps it down to Braden. She gets fouled. She's going to go back to the free throw line with an opportunity for 2 more. The thing I like about Avery Braden's jump shot, or at least free throws, is got a nice soft touch. Every one of them just nice, sets right up there on the rim. Tell my middle school girls, give that thing a chance to go in, and you can't give it a chance to go in if it's doesn't have any touch on it. So Taylor stayed behind that time a little bit more, and that made it a little easier for Elena to do what she needed to do. We really got to try to throw that ball in the middle sometime too, and we really don't. Braden finishes that one from the right side with her right hand. I've mentioned, it always drives me nuts when you're watching like a college game or an NBA game, and they say someone finishes with their left when they're left-handed. Of course they do, because they're left-handed. I mentioned that she finished with her right because she's left-handed. That was a good play. She brings it up, jump stop, short, rebound down to Elena Snyder. I'm sure Coach Fink has no problem with that. And then she plays the defense on the other end. Oop, I don't know where we were trying. Ravens, that was tough. Her footwork was off. There. Not sure if Coach Bunner mentioned that to Taylor about staying further behind, but okay, so we hit a 3 there. We're down 17. I think Coach Bunner wants to just talk about where we're supposed to be on the defensive end. I would imagine that's what the conversation is. So it's a full timeout. I'll take it with him. We'll be back in a minute. That promo was made by Macy McLaughlin, who is a senior at Illini Central and in our class as well. She put that one together. Another good one to put out there too. So I was doing one thing about being able to call these games. I don't know what it would have been like 37 years ago when I was a kid, if this kind of thing ever you did this. But Coach Fink, this is her 20th year at Maroa-Forsyth, or at least her 20th year as the varsity coach at Maroa-Forsyth. She's got a record of 284 and 250. Like I said, they did win a regional last year at 2A, and with the area they're in, that's probably saying something. I didn't get a chance to look back and see like who they would have beaten or who was in that regional. I usually like to look and see who was in their subsectional too, and didn't get a chance to do that. But so yeah, regional championship a year ago. Lana Snyder's going to pick up a foul, and they'll go back to the free throw line. Coach Bunner comes into this season, which is his 9th season, if I looked correctly on the website, on HSA. He's 103 and 137 in those. This is Simmons at the free throw line, and she hits both of them. Gives both of them a chance to go in. And the lady Trojans fall back on defense that time instead of staying up in the full court press. Megan Hughes misses it. Actually, it looked like it went in, but it hit the back of the stanchion, the thing holding the basket up. Lady Cougars staying in the 1-2-2 that they've been in the whole game, maybe extending a little bit more. I mention this all the time that we don't get a chance to practice some of these things. So yeah, you'd say, well, you're down 19. Why are you doing that? I'm just working on something. And Coach Fink, I'm sure, doesn't have any problem with it. She's trying to get her players better. As I said, the end of the season is rapidly approaching. Shot rolls out. Rebound down to Ravenscraft. I remember her from last year. She's got to be. Is she a senior? If she's not a senior, the Sanglo doesn't like that. She is a senior. Can shoot it, as we saw from one of the first possessions of the game where she hits a three and we didn't get out on her, didn't even look twice at her. So 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. There she is. I was just talking about her. Rebound down to Macy Willis. Gets it to Megan Hughes. Taylor Kine going to bring it into the front court, guarded by Avery Braden. No, that's not Avery Braden, is it? Yeah. Yeah, actually it is. That's that time of night for my watch to tell me to stand up. Doesn't realize I'm broadcasting. Olivia Morrow again for three. She's off. Little Euro step by number 10, Avery Braden, but it won't fall for her. She's disappointed probably because, once again, like I said, she's left-handed. It was from the left side. Olivia Morrow shoots again, and that one is good. Coach Liv from the 6th grade to last year. I honestly, usually when you coach somebody for that long, you can see something in their shot that's not what they want. And I can't see anything necessarily. It's just not going in. Sometimes it just doesn't go in. You're just not being able to hit shots. So man-to-man for the Lady Trojans. Meg drives baseline, whips it, tries to whip it to Liv, but it's just a tough one. Tough pass to catch. Liv probably could have slid a little bit further to the baseline, but by not doing that, it made it even harder to get that pass. Ravenscraft to Kaler. She's a good player. She's a good player too, Kaler is. There's another foul. Diving for loose ball is Taylor Kine, and it will stay with the Lady Trojans. Simmons went for it as well. Simmons is in. I forgot to mention that Peyton Peters, number 1, she's checked back into the game. She has it up top. And Atlanta Central stays in the 1-2-2. They're going to hold for the last shot. I'm sure some of you might think. Ravenscraft, baseline corner, no. Rebound, Elena Snyder, she gets it, gives it to Taylor Kine. We got 11 seconds to go. Taylor crosses back over. She's going to head to the other direction. Gives it up to Liv. Liv to Elena. That's blocked, I think. And we go to the end of the third quarter with the Maroa-Forsyth Lady Trojans leading 41-23. I'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back. I did a bunch of work last night to try to make sure that my broadcast went smoothly in there. I caught a mistake and tried to fix it on the fly, but unfortunately you saw my mistake at home. So I apologize for that. Still, after all of the years of doing this, still learning. Addie Wilcoxon checks back into the game for Illini Central. Let's see if anyone has subbed in for the Lady Trojans. They look like they have the same lineup. Elena Snyder for three. It is good. And we go the other direction. Probably noticed what wasn't right. I got to make sure I fix that next time. I'm not sure why it didn't work the way I wanted it to, but know what it was. So Addie unfortunately picks up her fourth foul. She set a long time there in the third, and now, well, she'll get a play this one until she fouls out. So hopefully she can not foul for a minute. It's a little bit of a walk by Braden, but she gets fouled by Liv, and she will. I thought that was maybe a travel, but doesn't matter what I think. Setting up here. Student section trying the old cough on the free throw. I'm fairly sure Braden's thinking to herself, not going to work. So now they pick up full court man. Braden finishes it. Elena traveled as she took off. So 45-26 with 7:23 to go here in the game between Maroa-Forsyth and Illini Central. Defense pretty good right there. Braden throws it inside to Simmons, who misses, but rebound comes down to Addie Wilcoxon and Simmons, but it'll be a jump ball, and it will be Illini Central basketball. So they're picking up full court man here. Illini Central, chance to work on something. Addie Wilcoxon kicks it to Liv. Liv for three. It's long. Taylor goes rebounds. Can't go rebound. And Braden goes the other way. She misses. Rebound down to Taylor. Taylor, timeout from Coach Bunner. Taylor can't go rebound there. You gotta stay back. You're back on defense. So if you listen to, or if you're on our broadcast very often, appreciate it if you would subscribe and hit a like and hit that notify. So that way, especially if you're an Illini Central person, if you're a Maroa-Forsyth person, you really only want to come back. Actually, oddly enough, you want to come back to the Illini Central Sports Network next week because we play the boys, their boys, Maroa's boys make the long bus trip next week to Illini Central. So, but Illini Central fans, hey, if you want to be notified, I follow it on mine, and that really helps me. It pops up on my phone, lets me know what's going on. So Megan Hughes to Elena Snyder. Addie made a nice cut. We weren't ready to get it to her. Meg's open for three, shoots it, misses it. Addie drives in, or hustles in and gets it. Swing it there to Meg. Meg shoots it short. Rebound down to Elena. So with 6:14 to go, Illini Central trails 45-26. Peters catches it up top. They look to go back to Ravenscraft. She runs all the way from one side to the other. Liv does a good job of getting out. She misses, gets her own rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball, which it probably was. It wasn't a foul. If anything, it was a jump ball. No complaint from Coach Fink that I noticed. Nice hands by Liv. Well, we don't track it down. Taylor doing a good job of guarding Peters there. Get out on Ravenscraft. That's good. Don't foul her. Now we got to rotate on that backside. She traveled first, but it was going to be a foul. And I'm not sure why we're really upset in the crowd. It's a 19-point game. That play is not going to be the difference. Taylor turns it over. Braden misses. Goes up and finishes. Megan Hughes throws it back to Addie. Addie loses her balance as she tries to pass it. We're going to go the other direction. That's Kaler with it. Kaler passes it over to Ravenscraft into Simmons. Simmons is going to finish as Liv went for the steal late. And it's 49-26 in favor of the Lady Trojans. Lena skips it over to Addie. Addie's going to try to penetrate in the lane. She does. Kicks it to Taylor. Taylor back to Meg. Meg for three. It's good. So I just looked on Max Preps, looking ahead for the Lady Trojans. They play against Bloomington Central Catholic on Saturday. That is the Illini Prairie Conference, Sangamo Conference crossover thing that they've done for like the past maybe 4 years, 4 years. I'm going to misspeak, but I really think that's being played in Williamsville, but I could be wrong. So please, if you're listening to this, don't go off of what I'm saying. I don't know. It's not listed on my thing. Maybe let me look. Maybe I can get online and see. Maybe I can. So bear with me. So let's see. Does it say? If I click there, will it tell me? And it will not. So again, don't trust me. I don't know. I could be completely wrong about where that game is for Maroa on Saturday. So if you're from Maroa, don't listen to me. But I know you play Bloomington Central Catholic on Saturday. And then they got Athens next week at home. And then they travel to Plains, which would be a week from today, I think. A week from today, they will travel to Plains. So that's the next three for Maroa-Forsyth. I have a nice graphic for us that I'll put up there next dead ball. That's Ravenscraft drives, dumps down. Not rotating very well on defense. That's to Park. We're not rotating very well on defense right now. I think some of it is fatigue. I mentioned earlier that some of it could be the other team, and that's true too, but it's definitely some fatigue right now. We haven't played a lot of people. Meg for three. She gets another one. So Coach Bunner working on some stuff. That's Hovey. Over there to Ravenscraft. That's tough. Leaving a shooter there. Rebound down to Hovey. Goes up, misses. Fight for it on the floor, and it will be a timeout for Coach Fink. So we will take it with, I will take it with them, and I will be, well, it's only a 30 seconds, so never mind, we'll stay here. How about our upcoming game? So, Illini Central, as I just went on and tried to get you to not listen to me, we play Prairie Central on Saturday in that crossover thing, wherever that game is. And then we go to Riverton next week, next Monday, go to Riverton, and then are back here in the Cougar Den to face the Porta Blue Jays on next Thursday. So that's what we have coming up in our next 3 games. So I've set the stage for both teams for what they have coming in their next 3 games. We're going to call an illegal screen here on Hovey, it looks like. And it'll be Illini Central basketball with 3:52 to go in the game. Olivia Morrow will check back in. Macy Willis will check back out. And Maroa will stay in the full court 1-2-2. Now Elena is not doing what I said Taylor needed to be doing. Taylor, they have to work together. If you're watching at home and you wonder why a press works sometimes, it's if you look, Elena with the ball right there, Taylor has to stay behind so she has a good passing angle, and then you can move the ball up the court. And when you do that, that gives you a better opportunity to break the press. If you watch that and you see Elena or Taylor get too far up, then they have nowhere to throw it. There's no place for them to throw the basketball. So that's why it's crucial that someone stays behind, and then when it gets reversed to you, then you can attack. So if you go to a basketball game and you start yelling at them to your kids to dribble, take off and dribble, that's not the thing to do. You got to have everybody get to those spots. Miss by Liv, rebound down to Meg with 3:20, or almost down to Meg, but she gets fouled. So with 3:21 to go in the game, it is 21-32 or 51-32 in favor of Maroa-Forsyth. Elena Snyder misses it, rebound down to Hovey. Hovey will give it to Kaler. Kaler will bring it into the front court. Illini Central being a little bit more aggressive up top for, honestly, practice sake. That is another bucket by Braden. Avery Braden, a junior. She's got 26 on the evening. I've mentioned her multiple times, and for good reason. She has had a terrific basketball game. Can't throw it back that way, Elena. They're going to call a jump ball. And number 3, Balazzi is going to check into the game. Ravenscraft will check out. So, with 2:45 to go in this basketball game, Peck gives it, or what did I say, Peck? Park gives it to Balazzi, who scores in the lane. Addie Wilcoxon with it. There's a situation. You've got to stay behind. It doesn't matter who it is. It's just if you're on the opposite side, you've got to stay behind. Megan Hughes is wide open for 3, and it rims out. Rebound down to Braden. She's been everywhere tonight, by the way. She's played a really, really good game. I said she was a junior. Spins out of that. Kaler tries to catch it, but Elena Snyder does a good job of tipping it away. Macy Willis checks back in for Olivia Morrow. There's a trap. Elena Snyder with the steal, but she gets popped in the mouth, it looks like. Now they'll stop it. One of the things that happens in a game a lot is when someone gets hurt, it gets everybody riled up, but they can't, barring it being something crazy, some crazy injury, it's just they don't stop it. I mean, I've coached basketball since I was 20 years old, and I'm not 20 years old anymore, and it seems mean or whatever, but if the other team has the ball, they don't stop it. So Elena's luckily staying in the game. She's all right. Braden Garden-Taylor. 1 minute and 48 seconds to go in a game where the lead is really big. For some reason, the fans are complaining about a call that honestly is a foul. Number 21 checks into the game. That's McKenna Munjoy. I'm not sure what the problem was at the scores table. They are trying to clear something up. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure. Oh, heavens. Kind of a vocal crowd here this evening. Got a lot to say. So I don't know what the discussion is now other than let's play. No, never mind. I was raised better than that. But for some reason, I don't know what is wrong. But we're going to go. Anyway, Taylor's going to shoot free throws. And Taylor Kine makes the first free throw. And we got subs coming in the game. Taylor Farrago will come in. Morgan Dieters will come in. For Illini Central, let's see, is anyone else new for Maroa-Forsyth as the crowd gets a chance to say their 2 cents about stuff. Rebound down to Maroa-Forsyth. Over to Balazzi. She keeps her dribble. I remember her from last year in the JV game. She hit a bunch of shots. Number 5, that is Elena Park, hits a 3. Maddie Powell for Illini Central Greenview is in the game. Taylor Kine dribbling it, gives it to Olivia Morrow for 3. It's off. Maddie Powell goes and tracks it down. She misses. Rebound to Morgan Dieters. She needs to go up and shoot it. She kicks it out to Taylor Farrago. Taylor Farrago for 3. It's short. Morgan Dieters with another rebound. Morgan, you're tall. Take that thing up. And she gets called for a travel. So with 59 seconds to go, Taylor Kine comes out of the game. Macy Willis checks back into the game. And we will run it under a minute. Peyton Peters brings it up. She will give it Balazzi into 55, who's checked into the game. That's Elena Bowman. Must have been a turnover. Addie Wilcoxon goes in. She's going to come back in. She's going to get Macy Willis so we can get the ball down the court maybe. I don't know. No, she doesn't get Macy. She gets Liv. There's a steal. Camera can't keep up so fast, but Simmons misses. Rebound down to Maddie Powell. That shot's going to be short. Peters tracks it down. And they're just going to run the clock out. 10 seconds to go. And that's the way it'll end. It'll end at 60-33. Illini Central will take the loss. Like I said, unfortunately the fouls, unfortunately the score on the clock, it doesn't let me see who had what for us, so I don't know who the leading scorers were. I know it had to be, probably Megan Hughes had to be up there because Megan hit a bunch of, Megan Hughes hit a lot of threes tonight. Braden was the leading scorer for them, I'm sure, from what I said earlier. So tough start to the game for Illini Central. Battled back in the second quarter, and then in the third quarter, Maroa-Forsyth just really come out and made a run at it, and we weren't able to recover from that run they made at the beginning of the third quarter. I mentioned that both teams play in the crossover thing, the Illini Prairie and Sangamo Conference crossover event this weekend. Um, and again, I said multiple times, don't trust me. I for some reason, it seems like I had seen something that said Williamsville. I'm not sure if that's the case. So, so they will play Bloomington Central Catholic. We will play Prairie Central. I think we play the first game of the day. So it'll be it was early last year. It'll be early again this year, I'm sure. So I expect the ladies will have an early bus ride. But if I'm right and it's Williamsville, it won't be a long bus ride. So as we get ready to close out the broadcast here, I want to thank you for tuning in and being here. The boys are on the road tomorrow night. They head to New Berlin. Their game is in New Berlin. Then Saturday, like I said, the girls are on the road or wherever that is for their game. And then next week, got another slate of a couple games. I think the girls are done with Saturdays after tomorrow or after this coming Saturday. And like I said, season is winding down. It will not be long. It'll be over. It's hard to believe it's going to be February 1st on Saturday. So I'm Coach Tony Worley. I appreciate you tuning in. Looked like at one point we had up to 20 people. If you're an Illini Central person, still of the 6 people, well, 5 people that's watching this, don't forget to jump over on the other link in the Cougar Center to watch the middle school girls volleyball and take a look at that and see what happens. So see how things are going over there. So take care. Enjoy this warmish weather. It's hard to believe it's getting ready that they're saying it's going to be 60, almost 60 on Saturday. So we got to take those good, nice weather days in late January, early February, we can get them. So thanks again for tuning in. I will talk to you again on Tuesday night at the boys' game, actually, versus Maroa-Forsyth. So thanks for listening and take care. Remember, life is good. We'll see you.